Good afternoon, Blue Devil fans, and welcome to the first edition of the 2013 Central Connecticut Softball Show. I'm Tommy Mead, here as always with head coach Jeff Franquet. Coach, you kick off this weekend. You've got a great group of returning hitters. You've got a really good starting pitcher coming back. You've also got a great crop of freshmen. But you did something yesterday that you hadn't done in your other 13 years as a head coach. You named captains. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the 5 people that you selected to lead your team?
I just got goosebumps when you just said that. And yesterday we had a team meeting with Dr. Voigt, and he's been working with the team. And so we named captains it's the first time I've done it in 13 years. And I just think it's ready, and it's the next step for our program. And our program is very structured and very organized, and I'm very proud of them. And you know, I said it yesterday, if I had to walk out there today for practice, they would have everything set up, everything organized, and it really stems from the 27 of them, but also the handful of leaders that we have. And I in theory, they're captains. I want all 27 of them to be leaders and be accountable. But these 5 have stepped forward, and I'm just real proud of them. It's Kelsey Barlow, Ariel Bruno, Tessa Brown, Lauren Alabozak, and Emily Pogie Miller. And it is a vast variety of athleticism. They all bring something different to the table. They're all very well respected amongst the teammates. And certainly myself and Bree have a high level of respect for each of them. Again, just to reiterate, I told them that their name now starts with a C as well as mine. And there is a huge level of expectations that I have for that, and I want that to be taken very seriously. And you know, in theory, they're a coach, and so if we're in practice or inter squad and they're not sprinting from home to first, that's a problem. If they're not going to class, that's a problem. You know, I want them to lead by example from everything that they do from A to Z, and I think that it's going to make them a better person, and it'll help them down the road after they graduate, because it's just giving them a little bit more responsibility and helping them become a better leader and a well-rounded individual.
You have a great group of kids coming back. Obviously, you're led by Laura on the mound. At the plate, you have Ariel Bruno, Tessa Brown, and Nicole Springer, who were 3 key pieces of your lineup last year. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what those 3 are going to do, what some of the other returners are going to do, and what the new freshmen will do.
Okay. Yeah, obviously our lineup, we've been, the last couple of weekends, we've kind of put a starting 9 and shifting some things around here and there. And Laura, in a lot of people's opinions, the best pitcher in the league, with the kid from Robert Morris. So those 2, in theory, you know, on paper, it really should come down to those 2 for the 2 best pitchers in the league. And you know, obviously the expectations are very high for Laura, and she's ready. She's worked extremely hard. Bree has been a fantastic addition to our program, and the pitchers have really responded well to Bree, and Laura's ready to go. She's at the stage right now where our pitchers are ready to face someone in a different uniform, and you know, we're certainly looking forward to her having a great year. Ariel, I've said this from day one, Ariel is arguably the best player in the league. And, you know, she led so many offensive categories as a freshman. Last year she had a little bit of an off year. But when I tell you she's ready to go, she's ready to go. She is just rocking the ball right now. Nicole, you know, I think Nicole should hit 20 home runs a year. She's so powerful and so explosive, and she's a gamer. You know, when it comes down to it, the kid's a gamer. If we have bases loaded, you want the bat in her hand. Same way with Ariel. And Tessa Brown, you mentioned Tessa. Tessa might as well go up there with an 0-2 count, because she looks at more strikes than Dills has pickles. It's unbelievable, and it's just like the running joke with her. And put her in an 0-2 count, 1-2 count, all of a sudden, boom, back through the middle line drive. Tessa's going to be in a 5-hole for us, because I like that 5 slot for her, because right now, as it, you know, speaking of the returners and speaking of the 4 names you mentioned, right now it looks like we're leaning towards, it'd be Ariel, Kat, Nicole, Hannah, Tessa, Kelsey. The 7th slot will probably be Eileen, and the 8th spot will be whomever's battling for that center field spot, and then the 9 hole will be Kenya at shortstop. Knock on wood, we should be pretty darn explosive this year and fun to watch.
We know a lot about the returning players, but why don't you tell us a little bit about the freshmen, some of the kids we don't know a lot about, or some of the kids that you expect a lot out of this year?
Yeah, sure, I'd love to. We're obviously real proud of the new group that we've gotten in this year, and we did a good job recruiting them as far as their character, as far as their work ethic, and we have a certain direction that we're trying to go with our program, so you want to make sure you get the right kids. And this group that's come in has just been fabulous. And there will be times this year where we will have possibly 5 freshmen starting for us on the field. And Gianna Sandstrom is transferred from Florida Gulf Coast, and right now she's a sophomore academically, potentially a medical redshirt, which would make her a freshman. Very talented. And the thing that I did too this year is I tried to bring in a bunch of lefties. So Gianna's a lefty, Tessa Brown's a lefty, Nicole Springer's a lefty as the returners, Evie Rensel's a lefty, Brittany Ernst is a lefty. So it gives us some options to do some matchups. We have very good speed. Evie and Ashley Black, I forgot, is a lefty as well. So, Evie, Ashley Black, and Brittany are all slappers. Gianna swings away, Nicole swings away, and Tessa swings away. And that center field right now is, we really have 3 kids competing for that spot. It's Gianna, Evie, and Brittany for that starting spot. And then what we're probably going to do, and you'll see, y'all that are keeping score for us, you'll see a lot of changes this year. Late inning, we're going to do a lot of late inning defensive changes, where Brittany or Evie or Ashley Black will go in if they don't start. And then if we come up in a situation where we put one of them in for Kelsey or Kat, whomever's starting, and we come back up and they come up with bases loaded, I'm probably not going to leave the slapper in. I'm probably going to bring in back Kelsey and Kat and hope that we can get some runs across the plate. And then shortstop, Kenya has been fantastic. And Eileen Purcell, we moved over to third base, and she has just been exceptional. Losing Macy from last year, so we needed someone to step in there and do a good job, and Eileen's done a fantastic job. Katie Schmidt is a platoon utility player that really has come along. She's gotten very strong, swinging the bat pretty well. Stephanie Chakevez, has done a good job. She did a good job last year filling in with the injuries. And then Alyssa McCourt at first base when Tessa's not there. And then behind the plate, Hannah Cooper. Hannah, we're putting her in the 4-hole. So as a freshman to come in and be a starting catcher and be in the 4-hole, and this will be an ongoing battle with everybody, but you only bat in the 4-hole one time a game. So to keep that mindset, keep it simple. I talk about every day, and I know you've probably heard me say it a million times, nose on the ball, get to the ball, get through the ball, and keep it simple, and swing out of your shoes. So 1 through 9, gosh, our offense is legit. And we have a lot of talent that can come in and play. We have base running, we have defensive changes, we got pinch hitters. We are set up to have a very nice season.
Coach, you're going down to USF this weekend, making the trip for the 3rd straight year?
3rd straight.
Obviously, you're going to play a lot of good teams down there. You have 5 games coming up. Why don't you tell us about the opponents?
All the teams we're playing have had 10 or 15 games under their belt. This will be our first. It is what it is. I told the kids the other day we'll go down and make the best of it, get better every out, have energy, have enthusiasm, continue to just keep working hard, and good things are going to happen for us. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And obviously, we want to go down and win every game, compete in every game, which we will. And we'll have a great weekend. The weather's supposed to be in the 60s, and it's just be nice to be on the field.
Coach, good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Tommy.